Hello, everyone. This is William Armstrong here. This I want to read. This one is actually about scammers or a thief scams UPS driver handing over $15,000 worth of computer equipment. This is up 89 hours ago. A Bogart man reportedly lost $15,000 worth of computer equipment in an unusual scheme where a UPS driver was stopped by a man during the delivery and he was able to convince her that he was the intended recipient of the merchandise. The crime occurred on February 16th at the man's neighborhood on the Clark County side of Bogart, according to Athens Clark County Police report. Let me give you a bit of a detail. Bogart, Georgia, there's a small little sliver of Bogart, Georgia that's on the Clark County side of Bogart, but the rest of Bogart is outside of the Clark County line. So there's a small little sliver of Bogart within the Clark County limits, but the rest of it is outside of that. The report shows a UPS driver was flagged down at the entrance to the neighborhood where a man in a black Audi SUV with a Florida tag asked for his packages and he was in a hurry and needed the items. The man provided the UPS driver with his driver's license picture on his cell phone, according to the report. The license showed the name and address of the intended resident, the UPS driver told the police. The picture also looked like the man which she was talking to, she reported. The 61-year-old driver helped load iPads and keyboards made by Apple into the SUV, and the man drove off. The victim became aware of the crime when he got a notification from UPS that his merchandise was delivered to his home, according to police. The victim told Athens Banner Herald on Thursday that Apple is assisting in the investigation. I've done business with Apple for years and never had a single issue until last Friday, he said. How the thieves could arrange this scheme by showing up in his neighborhood at the time of delivery and having his information something that he feels should be investigated. How would anybody get the tracking information and know what was in the order, the 34-year-old businessman said. I don't know how UPS got out of taking it to the actual address. If that's the case, I can stop any UPS driver and get whatever they got, he said. I still need the iPads for work, he said, as he ordered the iPads for the company where he is employed. Uh-oh. Athens Clark County Police Lieutenant Jody Thompson said Thursday that the case is still under investigation by a detective. Having that said, a thief managed to scam UPS into handing over $15,000 worth of computer equipment that a businessman or an employee that he works at a business that he's employed at. Basically, he was supposed to get the iPads and keyboards for work, but that didn't happen because the guy that was supposed to get them for where he works at can't get them now because the thief completely pulled a fast one and got UPS to hand it over to the thief, and the thief drove off. So that basically UPS got duped by a thief into giving over expensive electronics. Another one is, I read this one. I'm going to read this one right now. It says, an Athens woman fooled into sending scammers $26,500 in gift cards. An Athens woman lost $26,500 after she purchased gift cards that she provided to a telephone caller who convinced her that she would otherwise be jailed in an immigration violation. The 30-year-old woman who has an advanced degree from the University of Georgia reported loss on February 16th, but the report was not released by Athens Clark County Police until this week. The woman, who is originally from Asia, told an officer that she was contacted by phone by two women who advised her of an immigration warrant that needed to be paid or she was going to jail. The victim was advised to take cash from her bank and purchase gift cards and then download the cards on an app that they could access, according to the report. Over 2 days, the victim sent the women $16,000, $9,000, and $1,500 gift cards. Police and the Federal Trade Commission have repeatedly warned people about scams involving gift cards. Only scammers will tell you to buy a gift card like Google Play or Apple Card and give them the numbers off the back of the card. No matter what they say, that's a scam. The FTC warned on its website. Let's go to the Federal Trade Commission. Okay, here at the FTC.gov website, it talks about fraud and things like that. It says that the FTC will never demand money, make threats, tell you to transfer money, or promise you a prize. If you have been targeted by a illegal business practice or a scam, report it. There's imposter scams that completely go around. There's Fortnite refunds, stuff like that. Like there's Fortnite refunds and imposter scams. So let's look at imposter scams, but here it is. Imposter scams come in many varieties, but they work the same way. A scammer pretends to be someone you trust to convince you to send them money. Learn how to spot an imposter scam. Recognize government impersonators. Like I said, the FTC will never demand money, make threats, say to transfer money, or promise you a prize. Anyone who does is a scammer. Did someone tell you to move or transfer your money? It could be a scam. Many impersonation schemes start with a call about a routine problem like suspicious activity in your Amazon account, but a new twist, the story quickly takes a more serious turn where you're told someone is using information to commit crimes and all your money is at risk. Scammers who want to gain your trust, that's why they keep pretending to work for government agencies, including the Federal Trade Commission. They might use the names of real FTC employees, but the stories that they tell are a bunch of lies. Scammers pretend to be calling you from the government agencies like the Social Security Administration and IRS, or they say they work for Medicare. They say that if you don't pay them or refuse to give them your personal information, something bad will happen, or maybe you'll miss out on some government benefit, but it's a scam. Learn the signs and avoid the scam. Offers on free money from government grants are scams. Someone might offer you a grant to pay for education, home repairs, home business expenses, or unpaid bills, but they're all scams. Here's how to avoid a government grant scam, how to report it. There's tech support scams, fake Geek Squad renewal, there's fake calls from Apple and Amazon support, scammers use fake emergencies to steal your money, romance scams, utility company impersonators, job scam, targeting influencers, scammers impersonate delivery service support to rip off drivers in restaurants, nanny and caregiver job scams. So let me just go ahead and go to see all business and other impersonators category on consumer.ftc.gov. Okay, so let's see how to avoid a scam. No thanks. It says here, 4 signs it is a scam. Scammers pretend to be from an organization you know. Scammers often pretend to be contacting you on the behalf of the government. They might use a real name like the FTC, Social Security Administration, IRS, or Medicare, or make up a name that sounds official. Some pretend to be from a business you know, like a utility company, a tech company, or even a charity asking for donations. They use technology to change the show number that appears on your caller ID, so the name and number you see might not be real. Scammers say there's a problem or a prize. They might say you're in trouble with the government, or you owe money, or someone in your family had an emergency, or that's a virus in your computer. Some scammers say there's a problem with one of your accounts that you need to verify some information. Others will lie and say you won money in a lottery or sweepstakes but have to pay a fee to get it. Scammers pressure you to act immediately. Scammers will want you to act before you have time to think. If you're on the phone, they might tell you not to hang up so you can't check out their story. They might threaten to arrest you, sue you, take away your driver's license or business license, or deport you. They might say your computer is about to be corrupted. 4. Scammers tell you to pay in a specific way. They often insist you can only pay by using cryptocurrency, wiring money through a company like MoneyGram or Western Union, like using a payment app or putting money on a gift card and then giving them the numbers on the back of the card. Some will send you a check that will later turn out to be fake and then tell you to deposit and send them money. Some scammers will send you a check that will turn out to be fake. When you cash a check or involve checks in a bank, it's always best to make sure the check clears before you do anything or cash it. Otherwise, if it's fake, you'll be on the hook for the missing money. Pleasant Green, a YouTuber, already talks about that. It says how to avoid a scam. Block unwanted calls and text messages. Don't give out your personal or financial information in response to requests you didn't expect. Resist the pressure to act immediately. Know how scammers tell you to pay. Never pay someone who insists that you can only pay with cryptocurrency, a wire transfer, a service like Western Union, MoneyGram, payment app, or a gift card, and never deposit a check and send money back to someone. Pretty much like using Zelle, Cash App, Bitcoin, Venmo, PayPal. A lot of scammers do that and abuse it heavily, though. They tend to jump on the bandwagon of using it just to steal money, and once they take the money, they just go, they vanish into thin air, and the money is gone, never to be seen again or heard from the scammers again. But this is William Armstrong signing out. See you next time. Bye-bye, and don't get ripped off by scammers.